Hey, good morning, Eastern Oregon, on this November 18th version of AM Live on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon. It's a week from Thanksgiving.
Today?
Yeah.
Right? Really? Already? Holy
mackerel. I know. It just rolls.
The 25th is Thanksgiving. Yeah, today's the yeah. It's almost Friday. It's the Friday before Friday.
Yeah. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I had you sweating it a little bit. I got all my prep work done last night.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
How many times have I ever been late for this show? One time.
You know, once. It's just, yeah, and you weren't late. You just didn't show, man. Yeah, it's one thing to be late. But
you're late like 4 out of every 5 days.
I'm never late for the air to begin.
No, but yeah, I wasn't late. I wasn't late for the air to begin.
No, but it's just like, yeah, when I don't hear from you, you're the one that changed your routine. Didn't tell me, dude. Not yeah.
Well, I was just sitting here last night when I was done, and I was like, man, because I did that video of like all the EOU. You know, I was working on that. Where we talk about EOU on the sports show, and I was just sitting here and I was like, man, let me just get my prep work done so I can sleep an extra 15 minutes tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. The text would have been good, but it's all right.
Yeah.
I was all prepped. Was like, okay, I'm going to talk about this. I got to thinking, it's like, you know.
Is it weird having to work before the show in the morning? Because usually, I mean, you just get here and I have everything ready and.
Yeah. 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 Well, yeah. And then there's all that other work that I do when you're on your couch at home. Right. Yeah. So, no, I forget what I was going to say, but yeah. Anyhow, went to the symphony last night. I mean, I had a meeting and so I was late getting to the symphony, but it was very cool. I mean, that, one thing that was kind of cool is they have shells that they lower down when they have the orchestra on the stage, and they're up in the fly space and they come down and it's really nice. I mean, they haven't had that before. So yes,
Tyler. You can trust me, Tyler. I'm not passive aggressive. I'm very, very much not passive aggressive.
Yeah, I know, but my comment was because I didn't want to accelerate the conversation.
Well, I mean, my comment was true. I do the prep work for this show.
You do, and you're on the couch a lot when I'm working. That's true too. So yeah.
Do we want to keep it going, really, BC?
No, I'm just saying that both of those statements are true.
All right.
Yeah, I work a lot of evenings.
Yeah. Well, you're the owner.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just saying, but some people would say, yeah, you do the prep work. I mean, the way you made it sound is like, yeah, he doesn't do anything.
No, that wasn't what I was saying.
Yeah.
What I was saying is in the mornings, you get to just show up and we roll.
That's true. Most of the time you're putting the show together, which is awesome. But no, I know what I was going to say.
Part of my job.
What I was going to say was that, yeah, on the way in, I got to thinking about, I mean, it takes this special, you know, and Johnny is kind of that way. And you've developed that where, I mean, you're just talking. You're all by yourself and you just talk. And, you know, I really like having somebody to bounce a conversation off of.
Me too. I prefer it like that. Yeah. I don't like just sitting here talking to a piece of plastic.
Yeah, but yeah, Johnny is like, I mean, my gosh, he can just go on forever with nobody else in the room. You know,
trust me, I know.
Yeah, I know you know. So, no, and
he posted a picture yesterday.
I know, I saw him that those pictures of him calling hockey. I wish we had some of that.
Zoomed it in, and
I know
right on that poor girl's face. It's so funny. Like she's just like,
yeah. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you, man?
That would make a great meme. Like
it would.
That picture.
Can you share that? Can you show that? Because that's funny.
Yeah, I can show it. Hang on.
Yeah, because that's hilarious. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, John Mallory, Johnny Ballgame, for his side gig in Boise is calling being the public address announcer for hockey. They have a hockey team there. And so
I'm trying to pull it up.
And so, and so there's this picture of him being all excited, and typical Johnny, and all of the people around him are like, holy smokes. The guy.
Well, the girl, it's just the girl.
The girl, yeah.
Here, I'm pulling it up right now, dude. It's so funny. And it's not like she's like kind of like,
yeah.
Like, what is this dude doing right here? Here you go.
Yeah.
Why isn't it pulling up?
Well, it's behind.
Oh, that's not good. Let me hear. Oh, that's because I put it on as a background. Let me put it on as a overlay real fast. Hang on. I wasn't paying attention.
No, anyhow. So it's just, you know, he is really.
This poor girl is, but she's not like being like obvious about it. Like she's just kind of, you know, like, dude, what is this? Yeah, look at her. Look at her face right there. She's like,
yeah. Can you pull up Gibbs' shot?
I don't think I didn't see it in here. I was just looking for it.
Oh yeah. So
Gibbs zoomed in it. Yeah, here we go. Gibbs zoomed it. This is what Gibb posted yesterday. Hang on, I got it.
So, hey, we appreciate you guys piping in. Let us know you're here. And
there you go. Here's what Gibb did.
The comments going.
Gibb just posted that.
See, now you can see her eyes.
He said that moment when you realize what you've gotten yourself into.
Yeah. And there are those moments. Girl. I mean, when we first started hanging around, when I first got to know Johnny, there is this like, my gosh, he's like an incredibly intense personality, as you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's what he gets paid for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, hey, let's go. So you did something kind of fun the other day. Fun. I don't know. You and Molly.
Well, it was scary at first, but then once I broke the ice with her, it was all good.
Yeah.
It was all good.
So, but take a look at this video. This is kind of, he was in the office, and you could tell, and especially at the end of this video, he's very much sweating it. I mean, it was a totally new experience. Molly is the canine that belongs to the sheriff's department, and they had been talking about a situation where he put on this sleeve. It's a bite sleeve. And then
they tried to get me into the suit, but the suit wouldn't fit.
Yeah. So anyhow, so take a look at this.
She lets go, she's going to come right back to me. And she's going to run up to you, kind of run towards you, and then sit
This
down.
is Dane Jensen. He's the officer in charge of Molly.
She likes to always be out in front of me. So.
And then what, though?
And then I'll just say, are you ready? And you'll be like, yeah, I'm ready for another one. I'm like, all right. And I'll
send her right back.
Send her right back. You know, we'll do it 4 or 5 times.
But then what about the last time? When it's done?
When it's done, you can just let go. Let go of the sleeve. She'll just bring it back to me.
Just like come out of it while she has it?
I just let go. Back up.
She won't.
No, she's going to hold on to the sleeve.
Oh.
Yeah, I wish I had the.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had the conversation before that. That was really good. I mean, it was just funny. All right, and so then here's the video you got that you put together based on that. It was fun.
We had Dane and Molly on the Keeping It Clear with Cody Bowen show, and somebody in the comments said you should let Molly bite you with the sleeve on. And I wasn't going to do it at first.
Bud, come on, Bud. He's saying we need to try it one time. Bud, we're not trying. We're not trying. There's 2 things I'm not doing. I'm not going up in the sky, and I'm not getting bit by a dog. Period.
But then a bunch of people have been kind of peer pressuring me into it, so here we go. She's looking like she's going to go, dude.
Horseman. Oh, this
Like this, let go.
How fun.
That was fun. And so that's to promote the Cody Bowen show too. And that's December 2nd at 5:30, and we're gonna have Chief Bell on there as well.
And that's a Tuesday. Is that right?
Thursday, keeping it Thursday, where we just kind of interact with the audience and take questions. And Cody he's pretty transparent.
Yeah, it's always good, and it'll be fun with Gary Bell, Chief Gary Bell.
I think so too. He's cool.
A lot of people know Gary. He's been in the community. I mean, he grew up here. I think he just lives like a block or two from the house he grew up in as a kid. Pretty good dude. Can't say enough good about Gary. So.
Hey, what people don't get to see in that video though is like 5 minutes before she's going to bite my arm. Dane comes over to me and he's like, I was like, anybody ever got bit? Like bit?
Yeah. And
he was like, yeah. I was like, are you serious? And he goes, yeah. One time, one of our guys was, he said, I don't need the pants today. And she was on his arm and she came off because he'll call her off.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess like she went, if you move, she'll go right back at you. And she got his knee.
Oh man.
and I was like, really? You're going to tell me that right now? Like right 5 minutes before I do this? So he was like, you just got it when I call her off, because what people didn't get to see is I did it 3 times.
Right.
So the first 2 times before you let the sleeve off, he calls her off. But the biggest thing is you have to stay. He says, bad guy, stand still. And you have to stand completely still when he calls her off, or she'll go right back at you. And she might not discriminate to the arm. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's a little bit scary.
Well, and I've had a follow-up conversation. I mean, I've had conversation with them before. And one of the things that every officer knows, every other officer knows, like if you're chasing a bad guy, like literally chasing a bad guy, and Molly is running after you, she doesn't always have the ability to tell the difference between the officer chasing the bad guy and the bad guy, and right. So I mean, it's not uncommon for the wrong guy to get bit. But
I say if you're chasing a bad guy, just let her do the chasing, and you just lay back.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's probably the case. But I think they had a situation, and Molly had only been here like a month. They had a situation where they really were. There was a bad guy. I mean, he was a felon on the run for child molestation or something like. I mean, he had a lot of reason to run, and so they did a high-speed chase, and it was in LeGrand and in Union County, and finally out by Pierce Road, his car stalled, or it got stuck, or whatever it was, and then he ran into the field. And one of the deputies was like, "Yeah, I was really glad when Molly passed me by and headed to him." And
well, Dane said 90% of the time the person that they dispatched the dog on is hiding, not running.
Yeah. Well, in this particular case, the guy, he just gave up. I mean, immediately when he saw the dog, he like plopped over on his back and which makes total sense.
What else did he say? Funny. He said one time, like, he recorded her barking and used the recording to get somebody to come out. Like, he didn't even he said another really funny fact. What did he say? 90% I think 90% of the time. Oh, 1 time a month is about the average amount that she gets dispatched. They use her about one, like actively use her.
Yeah.
Like about 1 time a month.
Yeah. It's so funny. I mean, it's just interesting that a bad guy would not be afraid of guns but he would be afraid of dog. I mean, he's more afraid of getting bit by a dog than he is, I don't know, getting
guns
tackled
don't
or
bark
shot.
or slobber. That was what was making me nervous when she was just sitting there like on her haunches, like rocking back and forth and slobbering.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, and he told you like she would look you right in the eyes too. That's
she
like,
did.
Yeah. That's crazy. So
I got a tickle in my throat.
yeah. Well, hey, so one of our sponsors, let's show that other video. So one of our longtime sponsors has been Grand Ronde Hospital, and we really appreciate them. We've been doing a series of videos called Spotlight Grand Ronde Hospital, where we're spotlighting different individuals, and where Grand Ronde Hospital is spotlighting, and then it's kind of we put it on our programming and produce it and so on and so forth. But anyhow, it's a great story of Jamie Jo Haddock. And it's just going to play this for you guys, and then we'll continue here in a minute.
When I think about the many options that I could have chosen in the medical field, nursing wasn't really one of them in my beginnings. I went to school here at Eastern Oregon University, and my roommate was a nurse, or was in the nursing program. As I'm listening to her go through her classes with her classmates and what they're doing, and so that looked like something I wanted to do. I did it, I got in, and that's how I started. Got my bachelor's here, and that's how I started in medicine, was right here in Eastern Oregon. The most rewarding part is that I'm serving those people that served me. They gave me support as I was going through school. They came to the gym, they came to my programs, they came to Eastern Oregon University and followed me when I was playing here. So I see them, I'm part of them, I am them. There's not a real difference between Jamie Jo growing up and Jamie Jo nurse practitioner, and I think I get some of that in my relationships that I have with my patients. Some of that is also the most difficult. Not everybody wants to come and tell their story to the person that they grew up with, the person that they might have had as their flower girl in their wedding. I mean, some of those relationships are a struggle. Once they come in and figure out that, this is Jamie Jo medicine and there's Jamie Jo community member, that's easier. But also it's those community members as they get older and frail and go through the process of death and dying. As their provider, that's really tough. As a community member, that's just as tough. And then taking care of the rest of what falls out afterwards is tough. You're gonna make me cry. The thing I love about doing rural medicine is that I'm literally taking care of entire family units. I am taking care of grandpa, I'm taking care of grandma, I am taking care of grandbaby, newborn. I see that whole entire dynamic, who's related to who. It's wonderful to do that, and it sometimes is very confusing to some of my staff. It takes a lot to learn that basis of who's related to who, but I love it. I mean, it's not just rural medicine, it's family medicine, and it's more than just family medicine, I guess. It's part of that community piece to it. Grandma Rose was probably the main reason that I became a nurse practitioner, and that is because she grew up here, had, one or two family practice doctors her whole life. She was 97 when she passed away. The last 10 years, she had a fairly high turnover of providers, so she had to tell her story over and over and over to the new providers, and that was when I was in that. I was a nurse for 8 years, living in Boise, thinking, well, if I was going to come home, what do I bring home that I can continue to do? I was in surgical services, so I had to make a change unless I wanted to live close to the hospital. So, seeing Grandma have to tell that story, and it got harder and harder the older she got. Mom and Aunt Carrie had to help out in that story. So I wanted to be that piece that was steady. Yeah, here for the long run. And my patients ask me that. They come to me going, well, I know you built your house. I know you're from here. You're not going to leave me. And that's important.
Yeah, good video. Yeah, I think you're muted.
It's because I was coughing.
I know you
I
were.
had a tickle in my throat.
Yeah. No, and she played basketball up at EOU, didn't she? I think
so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So,
BC,
Kinda
what
cool.
did one hat say to another hat?
What did one hat say to another hat? What?
I'm going on ahead. I made it easy for you today.
That's good.
I made it easy for you today since you had to prep do some show prep and do another extra work.
I need it easy. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Well,
You never showed the weather.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're exactly right.
Might want to show these folks what it's going to be like.
Yeah. Thank you. We kind of kept rolling.
Yep. It doesn't look bad out there right now.
No.
Oh, we're going to have showers in the afternoon. It's going to get up to 44, and then we're going to drop down into the mid 30s, which is not as cold as it has been the last couple nights.
No, the last couple of nights it's felt like winter. Like winter's coming on.
It's going to rain. Wind gusts. It was pretty windy last night.
Yeah.
Get up to about 45, lows in the upper 20s, so it'll get a little bit colder on Friday night. Man, This month is just ripping by.
What's going on this weekend? Anything in particular?
Yeah, the EOU women's volleyball team plays in the first round of the national tournament here at Quinn, 4:00 Saturday.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, first round, they're playing some school from South Carolina that's like 23rd. I don't remember the name of the team, but I can look it up real fast. I think EOU is like still like 13th or right around there. The Columbia International University Rams, 4:00 Saturday, November 20th at Quinn Coliseum.
And do they play? How many games do they play? And is it 5? I'm trying to remember.
So
in a game, how many
sets?
Right. Yeah.
Best out of 5. So
yeah.
As soon as you win 3, it's over. But if it goes to the 5th set, so each set is the first to 25, and you have to win by 2.
Okay.
But if it goes to the 5th set, it only goes to 15.
Oh, okay.
The 5th set goes to 15. They shouldn't have any problems with this team.
Wow.
They should. I mean, I don't want to jinx them, but they should roll through this first round, no problem.
And again, so this is Saturday at 4:00. Is that what you said?
Saturday, 4:00, Quinn. Yep.
Yeah. Have you seen have you looked at that construction site of the new field house? You've been down there
every time I go up there.
I know, but like actually been down there and looked at it. It's
going
enormous.
up quick.
Yeah.
It is very large. The weird thing is I was talking to one of the track and field. So she's a cross country and a track and fielder up at EOU, and they're not going. They aren't going to have like the ability to run like the 200 or the 400 inside. Still,
Really?
Yeah, no. But what it is going to do is it's going to get the track team out of the old gym for practice out to there, and it's going to bring the wrestling teams from down here downtown back up to the school.
Where's the wrestling teams at now? Where are they at?
You know that if you're going down Fur right past Hobby Habit, you take that right there that'll take you like towards Island City. I don't know what road that is.
Okay. Yeah.
Right there on the left-hand side, that building that I don't even know who owns it.
Is that where Lynch Motors used to be? No, it's that where the I'm
it
sorry, not Lynch. It was their Lynch's body shop.
Yes.
Okay.
The old body shop. Yep.
Yeah.
Right there. They shut that thing all up and crank the heat up and just stink that building up, man. It's I was in there for 2 hours one day taking pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tyler, yes. Hobby Habit is still around. I'll give them a shameless plug. My brother-in-law and my sister own it now.
Yeah.
Yep. And they've totally redone the inside. It looks great in there. I got to give Joe a lot of credit. Like, it doesn't look 70 years old like when it used to be with Dave. He got rid of like a lot of the old stuff, all the old crafts, and just stuff that had been sitting there for 20, 30 years. And he brought in, I mean, now he's got cool, hip, new stuff.
Well, I liked it. I liked both versions.
Yeah.
I liked Dave's version and I like this one too, And it's kind of funny. I saw Dave not too long ago, and he's real involved in the airport now. He got a real live pilot's license. So all those years he had been flying RC aircraft and so on and so forth, and now he's a pilot. And so anyhow, it's kind of interesting. He's moved on. He's like doing that kind of stuff. So
Tyler, no, they don't. They haven't had a racetrack in there in 15 years, probably.
Yeah, I remember the hobby shop that was in Casper, Wyoming when I was a kid, and the racetrack was like, it was the thing that drew everybody in. That was the coolest part of the whole thing, So
growing up around here, there used to be I think Sam's Dugout was the one that had the video games. It might have been McDee's, but Sam's Dugout was like a baseball card shop, but they also had like NBA Jam and Mortal Kombat, like the video arcade. And man, we spent a lot of time there when we were kids. Yeah, Tyler, you're not as old as me.
Oh, yeah, well, that means he's not as old as me then.
Right. I'm somewhere in between you and your brothers, Tyler. I don't remember exactly where, but
yeah.
What else do we got going today? Anything? Short show today, no guest.
Yeah. We do have Joe Hathaway from OTEC is going to be with us on Tuesday, and
cool. I like Joe.
Talk about some of the stuff that they're doing at OTEC, and so we won't have a show next Thursday, a week from now, because that's Thanksgiving. But we'll be, I don't know, we'll be eating turkey, and I'm going to be smoking a couple of turkeys. So,
oh, nice. I like deep fried turkeys.
I've had them too, and they're, it's a thing. I mean, there's a process to that to both of them.
My dad does it. Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, I've never cooked one like that, but I can get down with it.
I'm not patient. I mean, smoking turkey is kind of the only long-term multi-day thing that I'm really into. Most, like when I cook dinner or whatever it might be, it's got to be start to finish about a half an hour. I'm not really into. Yeah, I'm not
Nothing
really
sophisticated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of a quick prep thing, but it's good. It's fat. It's not healthy. That's for sure. It's like gravy and fried, and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with a fry pan. So, yeah.
So for our shows and stuff, we have weather at 8:00. Gabe, our weather kid, he does weather every day at 8:00. He does an extended forecast on Fridays at 6. We have my sports show that comes out at 5:30 Tuesday through Friday. And then we also have this show, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:00. We're working on one of the things that Alex and I, our news director, was talking about yesterday was getting a consistent EO Talks out, which we're going to start working on getting that out same time, same day of the week, probably 2 times a month. So we'll see where it goes from there. Yeah, that's about where we're at right now.
And there's some exciting things on the tech end that I think that are going to happen. We tried putting together a Roku app, and it hasn't worked very well. And so we're pretty excited about. There's going to be some movement in that area. So if you've downloaded the Roku app and it hasn't worked on your Roku, hopefully in a month or so, we'll have something. And not only will you have the on-demand stuff there on Roku, like what you do on the web page and on the app itself, but there'll also be a live window. So then our program video, anything that's live will pop up in that. So it'll be a lot easier to watch our content on your home television, particularly if you have Roku. So, and Roku has over 50% of the market as far as set-top boxes. So it's cool.
Good.
All righty. Well,
we're going to get them out of here early today.
Yeah.
On this day, November 18th, 1872, Susan B. Anthony is arrested by a U.S. deputy marshal and charged with illegally voting.
Really?
1872. Yep.
Wow. I didn't know that. Okay. Keep going. 1872.
On this day in 1928, Walt Disney's Steamboat Willie was released, the first Mickey Mouse cartoon with sound.
What year again?
1928.
1928. Thank you.
On this day in 1960, the Copyright Office issued its 10 millionth registration. 1960.
Wow.
On this day in 2011, video game Minecraft is officially released by Mojang, one of the most popular video games of all time, Minecraft.
Wow.
On this day in 2020, the COVID death toll passed 250,000. The recorded cases were at 11.5 million, and 76,000 people, well, almost 77,000 people were in the hospital 1 year ago today. Isn't that crazy? 77,000. It's a lot of people if you think about that.
Yeah, it is a lot of people.
Number one song in 1971 was the theme from Shaft. Isaac Hayes.
Is that the one that has the
look
guitar?
at that shirt.
I mean, it has a it starts with
the show Shaft.
No, I know. I'm thinking about the theme song though. I can hear it in my head.
Yeah,
So.
I can't. I wasn't alive yet. I don't remember it.
It's been played a lot on the radio since then. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've heard it before. I just don't remember what. And then my quote for the day is Bob Ross. You can do anything here. The only prerequisite is that it makes you happy. You can do anything here. The only prerequisite is that it makes you happy.
Good stuff.
Let's get out of here. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. I appreciate you, Eastern Oregon.
Thank you.